Welcome to the Geography Current Affairs Part 1 from Utkal Success Academy. This video is your guide to recent world events and geographical breakthrough. We begin with the Ladakh magmatic arc. Scientists studied this formation to understand the growth of the Himalayas and the evolution of Earth's crust. It's located in the Ladakh region of the Himalayas. These maps show the geological context and local geology of the Ladakh region, highlighting important batholiths, sutures, and faults. A key discovery involves the Kshiroda Plate. This diagram illustrates the interaction between the Eurasian, Kshiroda, Tethys Sea, and Indian plates during the Himalayan orogeny. Subduction is the process where a dense plate sinks beneath a lighter one, creating magma, volcanoes, and earthquakes. This mechanism is central to understanding Himalayan evolution and continental collision dynamics. From the Jurassic to the Eocene, geological evolution included the breakup of Gondwanaland, the opening and eventual closing of the Neo-Tisi Ocean, and the collision of the Indian and Eurasian plates, leading to the rise of the Himalayas. This paleogeographic reconstruction shows the Earth 152 million years ago in the late Jurassic period, before the continents drifted to their present positions. The Neo-Tethys Ocean was an ancient ocean between the Indian and Eurasian plates. Its subduction formed volcanic arcs, like the Ladakh magmatic arc, and its final closure drove the uplift and rise of the Himalayas. The International Center for Integrated Mountain Development, ICIMOD, released a report on the, quote, changing dynamics of glaciers in the Hindu Kush Himalayan region. This study mapped over 63,000 glaciers across the region. The Hindu Kush Himalaya, or the Third Pole, spans 3,500 kilometers across 8 countries. It's the largest ice volume outside the Arctic and Antarctica, and is vital for biodiversity and water security. Glacier melting rates have doubled since 2000. This map illustrates the Hindu Kush Himalaya region and the major river basins it feeds, highlighting its critical role as the source of major Asian rivers. The geographical poles include the North Pole, Arctic, and the South Pole, Antarctica. The Hindu Kush Himalaya is known as the Third Pole because it holds the largest volume of ice outside of the first 2 poles. Regarding earthquake zoning in India, the current model uses 4 zones. The Bureau of Indian Standards proposes adding a Zone 6 for very high-risk areas like Kashmir, the Himalayan belt, and Kutch, using probabilistic seismic hazard assessment. A total lunar eclipse is forecast for the 3rd of March 2026. This occurs when the moon passes through Earth's shadow during a full moon. There are 3 types: penumbral, partial, and total eclipse, the latter known as a blood moon. This diagram illustrates the alignment during a total lunar eclipse, where Earth is positioned directly between the sun and the moon, casting its umbra and penumbra shadows on the moon. We begin with nor'wester, or Kalbaishaki storms. These are severe pre-monsoon thunderstorms occurring in eastern India and Bangladesh between March and May. They are known locally as Kalbaishaki in Bengal and Bordwasila in Assam. The storms form from the instability caused by warm, moist winds from the Bay of Bengal meeting cool, dry northwesterly winds. The map illustrates the convergence of moist and dry air masses, forming a low-pressure zone. Next, we examine the Silver Pit crater, located beneath the North Sea off the UK coast. This crater formed from an asteroid impact around 43 to 46 million years ago and was discovered in 2002 via seismic survey. The Silver Pit crater is a rare feature, about 20 kilometers wide with concentric rings. Its scientific importance lies in its highly preserved state, offering vital evidence, like shocked quartz, for studying asteroid impacts and Earth's geological history. Salar de Pajonales in Chile is a high-altitude salt flat in the Atacama Desert, about 3.5 kilometers above sea level. This extreme environment, characterized by aridity, freezing temperatures, and UV radiation, features gypsum deposits and stromatolites. The conditions at Salar de Pajonales strongly resemble the harsh surface of Mars, making it a Martian analog on Earth. The gypsum rocks here act as microhabitats, blocking radiation and trapping moisture, offering a model for microbial survival in Martian niches. Kerala recently declared tidal rise-induced flooding a disaster under the DM Act 2005. Affected areas include the Kochi coast and the low-lying Kutanad region. Tidal flooding is a temporary inundation of low-lying areas during high tides, sometimes referred to as sunny day flooding. Tidal flooding is recurring and localized, while cyclone storm surges are large-scale, sudden sea level rises linked to specific cyclone events. Kerala's vulnerability stems from its unique physiography, proximity to mean sea level, and climate change, which causes rising sea levels. The Disaster Management Act, 2005, defines a disaster as a catastrophe or mishap causing substantial loss. It specifies 12 notified disasters. The State Disaster Response Fund, SDRF, is the primary fund for relief, while the National Disaster Response Fund, NDRF, is used for large-scale emergencies exceeding state capacity. The ENSO, or El Niño Southern Oscillation, is a natural climate cycle in the Pacific Ocean that shifts warm water and rainfall. This three-phase cycle affects global weather, lasting 9 to 12 months, and repeats every 2 to 7 years. In January 2026, the polar vortex expanded southward, causing extreme cold and heavy snowfall in the U.S. This happens when the vortex weakens or shifts, pushing Arctic air into mid-latitude regions like North America, Europe, and Asia. The polar vortex is a spinning ring of cold, low-pressure air circling the poles, extending from the troposphere to the stratosphere. It forms due to winter cooling, the temperature gradient, and jet streams trapping cold air and is strongest in winter. There are two types of polar vortex: the stratospheric, which is more stable and found higher up, and the tropospheric, which is less stable and can break to push cold air south, causing extreme cold waves. The mangrove clam, Gelonia erosa, has been bred in tanks for the first time by ICAR-CMFRI scientists. Found in mangrove forests and estuaries, it acts as a bioindicator, filters water, and stabilizes mud and soil. Fuego volcano in Guatemala is an active basaltic stratovolcano on the Pacific Ring of Fire, regularly producing ash plumes up to 16,000 feet. It is one of Central America's most active volcanoes. We now discuss Tropical Cyclone Gazani, which struck Madagascar in February 2026. This tropical cyclone originated in the Indian Ocean. Its name comes from the African Zulu/Songa language, meaning to wash or to bathe. Tropical cyclones are powerful storms over warm oceans, driven by low pressure, moist air, and Earth's rotation. They are intense, low-pressure systems over warm tropical oceans, where winds spiral inward around a central calm eye. Formation requires a warm sea surface above 26.5 to 27 degrees Celsius, a moist air supply for latent heat release, the Coriolis force for rotation, and low vertical wind shear. Acyclone structure includes the eye wall, and spiral rain bands. In India, cyclones are more frequent and intense in the Bay of Bengal. In the Northern Hemisphere, winds spiral anti-clockwise, while in the Southern Hemisphere, they spiral clockwise due to the Coriolis effect. This video provides updates on current affairs and geography, focusing on climate and seismic activities from 2025 to 2026. We will discuss the expected return of El Niño conditions in 2026 and the revised Earthquake Design Code of 2025. This slide provides a comparative analysis of the Pacific Ocean's southern oscillation, contrasting a normal year, or La Niña, with an El Niño year. Pay attention to the differences in equatorial winds, surface water movement, and regional weather effects. The revised Earthquake Design Code, introduced by BIS, features an updated seismic zonation map. This map includes a new highest risk classification, Zone 6, which now encompasses the entire Himalayan arc, from Jammu and Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. This map illustrates the seismic hazard zones of India, showing the distribution of danger levels from low-risk Zone 2 to the newly introduced highest damage risk Zone 6. The key outlines the corresponding risk and preparedness requirements for each zone. In 2025, scientists observed the Antarctic ozone hole at its smallest size in 5 years, signaling recovery. The ozone hole, a thinning in the stratosphere, occurs mainly during spring due to extreme cold-forming polar stratospheric clouds, which release ozone-breaking chlorine and bromine. The Southern Ocean Carbon Anomaly refers to unusual fluctuations in the ocean's ability to absorb carbon dioxide, discovered in a 2024-2025 study. Normally, the Southern Ocean acts as a carbon sink, regulating global temperatures by absorbing significant CO2. Here is a geographic snapshot of Antarctica, offering a comprehensive South Polar perspective. The map highlights key features, including the South Pole, ice shelves, and surrounding oceans. Cyclone Ditwa formed over the Bay of Bengal and is moving towards the Tamil Nadu coast. The IMD has issued a red warning, indicating expectations of very heavy rain. The name Ditwa was suggested by Yemen, meaning lagoon, after the Ditwa Lagoon on Socotra Island. Thank you for watching this video on current affairs and geography. For any queries or further guidance on geography preparation, please feel free to reach out using the contact information provided.